we had, in that fourth, a lot of second chance points that led to big time threes. Multiple possessions throughout the game, but a game like that, and coming closer to the second half of the season, it's very important. Every possession matters, and that's how it is in playoffs. So again, I think we got a good experience of that tonight, and we came up short, but I'm happy with the way we fought. But again, a couple of mistakes that cost us big down the stretch.
Overall throughout the game, how pleased were you with the team's defensive activity? You talk about that all the time, being the team's calling card. How did you feel about that tonight?
I think it was big. I think we did a pretty good job of, putting a lot of pressure on their guys, picking up 94 feet, just making them work, trying to guard without fouling. Those guys are very good at drawing fouls and, doing what they do. But I think we did a pretty good job overall, of just competing and making it tough on them guys. And, again, it came to a stretch of, big-time offensive rebounds, a couple, kick-out threes, and a couple fouls down the end. But, for the most part, I feel like we did a great job of just being locked in the whole game and just competing, even when they went on runs and just sticking with it.
In what ways have you seen the team grow in terms of how you guys handle game situations now versus early in the season?
I think guys just really believe, and we understand that, it's a game of runs, and a lot of the time teams might go on runs, but, we understand what we have to do and how to execute down the stretch. And we try to do that to the best of our abilities. And again, every game is an opportunity to grow at that. And tonight we had a chance. We came up a little short, but again, we can learn from it and get ready for the next one.
Markelle felt like a playoff game tonight, given the crowd and everything. And where you guys are at in the standings now, how much of a goal or an expectation is it to get into the postseason for this team?
It's huge. That's what we're playing for, man. We're taking it one day at a time, of course, and just worry about that day. But I think everybody on this team, and even the coaching staff and everybody, we believe that we can do something special this year, and we're all locked in on that. So again, we got a great chance to experience something like that tonight, and I think we all soaked it in. We're all, pretty upset that we lost, but we're satisfied with the competition level and the way we competed tonight.
Okay. Anything else for Markelle? One more.
Markelle, by the time you guys play the next game, the trade deadline will be behind you guys. I guess what's the message that you, maybe as a team leader, give to the team over these next 43 hours?
Really, just focus on the team and winning, and whatever you can do to contribute to the team. I think at times like this, all you can do is control what you can control and continue to support each other. I think we all like each other. Some stuff is out of our hands right now, but I think we're all locked in right now and just trying to help this team win and focus on the next day, like I said.
All right. Thanks, Connor.
What's up, buddy? See you later. I didn't know you can dunk like that.
A little bit.
Mo, can you just line up?
Of course.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, bud. Of course.
Mo, in a game like this, a tight physical game down the stretch, just how thin is the margin of error in these type of games?
Man, in every game in this league's tough. It's crazy. It sucks to lose these ones because if you feel like you're doing a good job all game, and you gotta be so disciplined offensively because they pack the paint like that. It sucks because you feel like you're all the entire game and then you lose, and it's kind of gotta embrace it as part of the growing process.
Mo, how have you seen the team handle these late game situations differently from early in the season compared to now?
I think we're maturing, for sure. I think we've generally done a good job here so far. I remember games last year that were executed really well down the stretch and kind of turned games around last second. Even this year in Atlanta, even though we lost that game, but sometimes stuff just doesn't go your way. It's a game, you can't control everything. So I think everybody's very locked in, and I think we've done a pretty good job here in this organization so far to take care of late game situations.
Mo, it felt like a playoff game tonight, given the atmosphere. Where you guys are at in the standings right now, how much of a goal and expectation is it to get into the postseason?
Man, I always stay away from these questions for good reason, but obviously as a competitor, of course you want to make the playoffs. What we're doing here, you know what I'm saying? You can talk about developing young players, but that's only going to happen if you play to win. And I think that group assembled in there, coaches and players, they want to win every night. So I would lie to you if that's not on my mind, on our mind. If we weren't talking about that, of course. But I also won't be the player that says we have to do this and that in order to have a successful season, because I just don't think that's how sports work.
This is the last game the team plays before the trade deadline. If you could give us like a little peek behind the curtain, what is that vibe like, playing the last game before, kind of the unknown happens?
Well, I was just like thinking how I would answer that question when Markelle was asked. Like, of course it's weird. I think that's pretty natural for everybody. Everybody has a different way of dealing with it. Having been through that stuff, I've kind of like limited myself from you guys. Honestly, I don't read anything. My friends' family knows they better don't send me anything. So I just try to live my life and try to forget about that sort of stuff,
Jeremy? Hold on. Sorry.
Mo, it seems like every time there's a loss that's close, it's always the answer is to lock in. That's what this team needs to do next, is to lock in further. But Coach Mo said it, Markelle said it, you said it. This team is locked in, and today it seemed like this team was locked in the full time. So what's that next step for this team in order to turn a loss like this into a win?
Well, let's not forget the big picture here too. I don't know in the last 30 games or so what our record is, but I think if you take that record,
17-13.
there you go. I think we're pretty high in the Eastern Conference, So you're allowed to lose too. I think it's about consistency and take the good things out of losses. But even when you win, you're supposed to get better too. Like, I don't need to lose to get better. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that saying. So even though this stings, like, I think, like the guy said, we're locked in. We want to get better, and I think you can see that over the last 30 games, and really embracing this day-to-day process, regardless of wins or losses.
Great. Thank you, Mo.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you,
Thanks, man.
everyone. We'll see you
Thanks, Mo.
Thursday.